Hi guys, in this inbox review I'm going to be looking at the much anticipated Andy's Hobby Headquarters M113A1 in a massive 1/16 scale. This may just be the best kit of 2024. And look, I'm going to declare my bias right away because I've crewed an Australian M113 and this is one of my modelling dreams to do a large scale version of it. Now it's important that we keep in mind that this kit is actually a US version as used in Vietnam. You can build the base M113A1 or ACAV versions from this. Both are accurate for US forces in Vietnam from 1964 to 1972. Okay, well let's start with what everyone wants to know. How big is this kit? It's a monster. In 16 scale, this is huge. I mean, we've been used to 135 scale M113s, but this is going to take some work. So here's the two halves of the hull, the detail on the interior. Let's quickly go through those. So these cable run through here as part of the internal harness for the vehicle. They're having a look at those. They're pretty accurate for the time. Really great detail. And you'll notice here all over the hull are little sink marks where equipment will be glued to the walls. Very, very useful reference points. Don't worry about this, it'll be hidden by the fuel cell. Really good. Nice clean sponsons. You can see there's torsion bar suspension in here. Really good. Let's have a look at the floor plate. So here's the whole plate. You can see the size of my hand. These are big pieces. Top plate, cargo hatch, driver's hatch, crew commander's hatch, fuel cell. Yeah, big. This is a big kit, guys. And that's the part you really wanted to know. It's a big box and a big kit. This sprue here contains trim vane, the floor plates, which I quite like these. Yeah, really good detail in there. Okay, rear access hatch here, and the ramp. Of course, the ramp comes in two pieces as it does in the real vehicle. It's effectively spaced armour. Top plate covers over the engine, radiator. Look, the detail on this is really strong. I'm quite impressed with how crisp it is. You really want it to be, obviously, in a 16 scale kit. But I'm going to say that, well, look, there's a lot more pieces to come, guys, so let's show you what else we get. So in a big kit like this, these sprues are massive. Some of the internal engine cover. Oh, that's the crew, the hatch over the crew compartment. Yeah, big. All right. So this sprue, there's a pair of them. I'll just move one out of the way so we don't make that too difficult to see. You can see in the centre there's one of the M60s. Actually, the detail on that's pretty good. You could get a better aftermarket one, but that's very serviceable for this kit. Jerry cans, gun shield. That's accurate for all the Vietnam era. Really good. Final drives, drive sprockets. Good crisp detail on there. Torsion bars. So I believe this has active suspension. Let's talk about the road wheels. So again, I'm going to put my hand here, show the relative size. These road wheels on an M113 are relatively small for an AFV, but in this scale, these are huge. Separate rubber sections here. Really good. Tracks. I won't take them out of the plastic bag, but suffice to say, these are multi-piece tracks that you will build up from several sections. Fully workable. Good detail on those. Comes with a crew figure, which is in multiple parts. Jason's done a great job on modelling this and looking at that detail. Let's look at the face. Really good. Okay, one of the things that everybody's going to want to know is the 50 cal. Here it is. Okay, so let's address an elephant in the room because my Aussie friends are going to ask me about this. Is that accurate for the Australian versions? No. Well, yes and no. There are some subtle differences, and I'm going to address the Australian stuff at the end of this video, so hold on, we'll get to that. One of the things that I was keen to see, what was the harness like in the vehicle? It's the early harness, so you can see there's the driver's panel, just there. John Murphy's been doing some work on this kit already and posting up some pictures, and thank you, John, because they've actually shown just how good this kit really is. Here's the IR periscope for my Aussie friends who were on Arms Corps models last night. A lot of parts in this kit, guys. The fuel cell. Okay, this is going to pop a lot of questions in regards to this. Ask away in the comments down below. There she is. The seats to put the bums for the grunts on. Gun shield for the 50 cal. That's one big piece. The ACAV trim vane. And honestly, I'm not showing you all of the parts, all the sprues in this kit because, frankly, I'll be here for a very long time. There's a lot to work on. So, here's the 50 cal mount. Really accurate. Towing pin tool. There's a lot in this. I've said it a few times already, but I'm just staggered the amount of work that this is going to take. Let's have a look at the instruction guide. So cleverly done, as if it's a technical manual. Well done, Andy, that looks pretty good. So we have a sprue guide in here. If you carefully look at that, you'll notice there's quite a few that I didn't actually run through earlier because there's just so much in this kit. The breakdown for each of the steps here is really good because there's multiple parts being used. There's no single part and single step, and then we end up with 100 different steps to do. So this has been well laid out. There's some building of some of the areas around the sponson here on the side and here prior to fitting them all together. Choice will be up to you. I'm one of those people that tends to rush ahead and build the hole in one and then start fitting it out, but that'll depend on painting, so I'll have to review that later on. All in all, the instruction book is a really good guide, so I'm just going to flip through there pretty quickly. Down to the back of it. Actually, you can see here there's quite a bit goes in this kit. The paint guide's really quite comprehensive. There's quite a few versions which you can make. I think that's 8 I count in total there. 10, 11. That might be 11 versions there. Well done. The internal paint guide, again, great reference, certainly with the decal positioning. Fantastic. So if you're not used to operating one of these vehicles, that's a fantastic guide. Certainly a refresher for me. It's been 30 years. Some of these things are US specific, like here, but really great. This is a great reminder of what we used to look at inside the driver's compartment. Great little technical guide, as he's called it, or instruction book. Let's have a look at the decals. So this is the small sheet, and it's got all the internal decals which would be used, and rank bars here for the figure that comes with it. The larger sheet has all of the external markings, vehicle registration numbers, etc. And the decals are really quite good, actually. They're not done by cartograph, but if I can get the reflection on here, they're not too thick. They should lay down quite well. Interested to see how some of those go. You also get the obligatory periscopes in clear plastic, and a little bit of photo etch. The grills. Now they're not accurate for the Australian version, but will certainly do the rest of the world. Quite nice. For me, this kit delivers everything an armour model will want in a large-scale M113A1. It can form the basis for modification for other variants of what must be the most widely used AFV in the world. There are a ton of aftermarket parts already hitting the marketplace, and that's surely only going to grow in the future. I genuinely think this is the kit release of 2024. I've purchased 2 for my own use, and if my wife couldn't find out, I'd probably buy another 3. So thank you, Andy, for bringing this to the market. What a great kit. So get out there, guys, and buy this kit before it sells out, because greedy people like me are out there buying multiple kits, so it's not going to be around for long. I'd suggest it would make the perfect Christmas present for any armour scale modeler. Yep, so this kit absolutely can form the basis of any of the M113A1 variants as used in Australian service. Look, if you're keen enough, you could even scratch build the AS4 variant, buying 2 kits and cutting it up. But, geez, what a heck of a lot of work. There simply isn't the time in this video to detail every modification necessary to build even the post-Vietnam era LRV of the 80s and 90s, which most of us would be familiar with. I would suggest that this kit would make a great vehicle for building the M113A1 as used by 1 APC Squadron during the Long Tan period of 1966 and into 1967, prior to the fitment of the T50 turret. The images on screen really demonstrate the large number of reference images available for that time period. So, Aussie versions? Well, the reality is we need to wait for some skillfully designed aftermarket components to appear. But really, what a great time to be in this fantastic hobby when kits like this are now available. So thank you very much for watching. We'll be back again in a couple of weeks with another video and some surprising news for what's going to be happening on this channel in 2025.